You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary, a Coming Attractions episode. I'm Joe Finley.
Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are back with you again. We are out of, as I call it in our next episode, we're out of obligated episodes.
Yes.
We've finished our Marvel bit. We've finished
It wasn't even an obligation. We just made it an obligation.
Well, exactly. But once you're into it, you're in.
That's it.
And
once
then
you commit. That's it, man.
Exactly. And then our Star Wars hitting Iron May the 4th episode. So now we're out of that. How the hell are you?
Till death do us part. Oh. And now we're done with Marvel.
For now, until those movies come out on Blu-ray.
And then come back from the death, from the dead. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really well, man. It's been a fruitful week.
It has.
It has, like, lots of shit going on.
So you made out with a lot of gays.
As many as I could get my hands on.
Good man. Good man.
Grinder crashed.
Crash.
I hit the gay gym in our neighborhood, which I'm not going to tell you which one it is.
It's all of them.
It's this weird bar.
I think it was there.
Called Cocksuckers?
I thought it was like a cockfighting bar, but no.
No. Guess suck dicks.
Ooh, my God.
We started this one off with a fucking bang. Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we are wacky. So, not a ton to talk about this week, but important stuff to talk about.
Yes.
And I think we start right off the bat with Spider-Man Homecoming. The trailer's out.
You're filming this?
It? Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm not staring. What did you think all this was?
I don't know. Could be something. Well, it'll probably go down later and then it won't matter anyway, so. Ooh.
Oh, actually, it did go down. I fucking hate this thing. I'm going to try it again.
I was totally kidding.
Okay, but anyways, we're all good. So anyways, yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming trailer is out. They warn you right ahead of time. If you have not seen the trailer, then you will not, or if you've not seen Endgame, you should not watch the trailer.
Which is funny because who tells you this?
Tom Holland.
Right. Baby. The ultimate spoiler.
The king of the spoilers.
Like the fucking...
Which was really weird because it literally had a
purpose.
T-shirt saying Spider-Man dies in Homecoming.
Yeah.
Or not Homecoming, in Far From Home.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. But...
he has a shirt that says, "Do you know Miles Morales?" You're like, what?
I do know Miles
Morales. They better not kill him soon.
No.
He hasn't established himself enough.
I don't think they will.
I honestly think that, I know, the end of Endgame, that what happened, I still don't think that the characters had their, like, he went to Civil War so fast.
Yeah.
Like, we should have had more of Captain America versus these people. And, they had tons of, villains and blah, 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 and this, but, yeah, they did it. They did what they did. I'm okay with it. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I think because, like, there was a couple years really in between all that, because there was like 5 movies in between the two things.
Right.
I think they didn't want people to.
And it's not like it's not like the comic book world. Well, while Thor and Captain America, they're all running, and you can only see so much of what you can see.
Yeah, for sure. So, but anyways, the trailer was really good.
It was awesome. I really liked it because I had a lot of questions. This is the thing, right? When we did our little. And nothing's little with us, motherfuckers. Yeah. It's fine. And Metallica sponsors our penises. That's a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
It's fucking A. Like
okay, this is Lars, and I think that their penises are really big, and don't try and steal them.
Yeah. But there was questions. There are questions.
True.
I forgot this should be 3D.
Okay, sorry. Anyways,
so don't be, dear God. But there's lots of questions in Endgame.
Yeah.
Tons. And they should have, we heard my piece.
Yeah.
But still, there's lots of questions, and this is answering some of them.
Yeah. Well, I think that more than anything, one of the big problems with, not with Endgame, but with the mindset, and a lot of this had to do with their marketing, is they made Endgame feel like the actual end of the Marvel Universe. when it wasn't. They've got like 5 movies planned or so beyond that. So everybody was like, this is the bookend to the Marvel universe. And it's like, no,
the bookend
like,
to
a saga.
To the MCU. Do you think they're going to come up with like the whole...
Actually, the announcement's already come.
Oh, wow.
There is going to be, I saw the cover art for it. It's awesome. It is called the Infinity Saga, and it's everything.
I wish you could pull it up right now. I didn't see any of this. I wish you could slap it into there.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
It's the it's called the Infinity Saga.
Suction thing that you put on the table. And,
one of those big black rubber fists. I got you.
You can get them in whatever color you want.
No,
I don't want a giant Hispanic fist up my ass.
Maybe you do.
I want an Irish one. I want you're right. I don't care what fist it is. I get 2 of them put together. I say to the guy, I'm like, you decide.
I started with a Thai ladyboy fist.
Just a little. You got to work up to it.
Or what was it? No, Kristen Wiig's fist. Judith. Judith from SNL. She had those tiny little hands.
Kristen. For some reason, when you say Kristen Wiig, I pictured what's her name from like Twilight. What's her name?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, it was like it's her fist. I was like, wow, that's really specific. She's really tiny fists.
That's awesome. But the. But yeah, anyways, the trailer, a lot of interesting things. An interesting explanation for how Mysterio comes to be.
Yes.
Is basically the snap fucks some things up.
But I believe he's lying. Oh!
Yeah.
Whoa! What was that?
It's this button that I pressed. I made something.
That was awesome.
I was supposed to use it before we did our spoilers for last... for our
review
of Endgame, but I didn't use it. So I know I'm just going to use it.
Too late? Is that wrong?
Yeah, that is.
Nobody cares. They're now at $2 billion.
Yeah, we're there, baby.
If you haven't seen it, and they even said themselves, Marvel even said themselves, they're like, we're lifting the embargo.
Well,
this is what these things are now. This is like a big thing.
Yeah. But I actually kind of like that they've decided, because they were very adamant, and like they had a whole campaign of don't spoil the movie, and they were very thankful when people weren't spoiling the movie.
Nobody spoiled it. I didn't hear anybody talk. I don't really know anybody.
I literally had somebody walk past me go, Tony Stark dies.
What?
That literally happened.
When?
Going into the theater.
Oh, that's fucked. A dude in Japan got beaten up for that.
Yep.
For real, did you read that?
I did, and I also read that I think it was in China. A woman cried so hard or whatever.
She was in the hospital for like 5 days.
Little bodies.
And what's okay now? I just thought of this. I heard the same thing where it said that this person was in the hospital for crying.
Yeah.
Then Charlize Theron came out and said that she was in the hospital for 5 days because she laughed so hard at Borat.
Yes, I did hear the exact same thing.
Do you think she's jumping on?
No, I think that.
Could you really go to the hospital? What was she? Had a psychosis episode?
No, she was on a talk show, and it came up. I remember seeing it, and it came up actually fairly naturally. The way it came up, I think she was on Seth Meyers, and
he's good.
I like Seth Meyers.
I do too. I like his interviewing skills are very good.
Yeah,
he's very good. Yeah,
he actually had a really interesting, heated Meghan McCain interview.
I heard that, and then her husband. Who the fuck's Meghan McCain?
It's John McCain's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I knew her face too when I saw her, and they heard that her husband was like, "This guy's a piece of shit."
But he just basically, because she was calling out another senator, the Muslim senator, who had made some anti-Semitic remarks. And okay, cool. Call that person out. I'm down with that.
Okay, right. Yeah.
No. I mean, go ahead, call that person out. But then I get that girl has come and apologized and said, I'm going to, work to be better and blah, blah, blah. But then she kept kind of digging in on her. But that woman has received like death threats now. Now that makes you feel really good about your jerk off motion. But she's been receiving death threats over the people who've been jumping on her about this.
Right.
So it's like, maybe it's time, she's said her apology and done that. Maybe it's time that you realize that your words are also dangerous.
Right.
And then she's kind of like, and it got kind of, she's like, well, I don't understand. Like, and it got kind of weirdly heated. And he was kind of like, look, I love that you're here and just whatever.
Yeah, but I'm just
maybe think about what you're saying.
This is what gets me in trouble a lot.
Yes.
Which is playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Even if I don't believe it, I see both sides most of the time of an argument, and I will, if somebody's going all the way the other side, I'll just be like, okay, well, just what about?
I know.
And then he's like, oh, I fucking know. But I hear you. So what is Meghan McCain? Okay, I was going to say, like, don't talk politics is really what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But is that her job?
She's actually on The View, but
That's
she
right.
has had
She just got into a big with, and then
Constant.
Whoopi had to be like, we're shutting this down.
Whoopi went like, oh, I got something in my eye when I did that.
So did Whoopi.
Apparently, there's a special skill that's required to do that because I'm not capable.
That's why Whoopi gets mad cash.
Oh, we haven't done this in a while. Let's listen to what my eye sounds like when you move.
Oh, Lord. That's what that face that Whoopi makes sounds like.
Sounds like a wet fairy vagina.
She's like, girl. I don't even know what she did. But
Still my
apparently
favorite.
she shut it down, though.
Yeah.
They were both going crazy.
She's Whoopi is the moderator, and her entire job is to knock down the children.
Right.
On that.
Like,
and so when they start getting, she's like,
God, like.
She's like, I'm done.
Well, this is the problem when you get an over, like, I don't know. Do you think Meghan McCain is far right? Or do you think she's center right?
I think she's not that far.
Okay,
right.
so she's somewhere center, maybe a little bit further.
Yeah.
If there's far right,
like she can't quite.
If there's far right, and then there's like center right, then there's got to be, and then somewhere in here.
Can I say something? I really appreciate that you're working left so they can see.
Right, and then so like somewhere here, this way is like kind of acceptable.
Yeah.
And then here, like over here, like now you're getting a little nuts. Yeah. And like even left.
Yes.
I'll go this right, this
go that way.
Here, right there is okay, but then here to here is like, hey, you're getting a little too Antifa for me here, right?
There is no good extreme. There's neither side has a good extreme.
That's exactly correct.
Because one way, go all the way right, and that is hardcore fascism.
Yes.
Go all the way left, that's hardcore communism.
Yes.
Which then becomes fascist because it goes all
That's
the
right,
way
because
around.
that's exactly what I was just going to say.
That's proof that the earth is flat.
That's right, it's left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
So,
wow.
It's hard times out there. We've just really, we just schooled you. We're not even done talking about the Spider-Man.
We're talking about Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider-Man, Marvel.
Okay, so apparently they said that sweet I was gonna say sweet tits. Fucking what's her name?
Get on,
She's so
sweet.
gorgeous. Aunt May. Oh God.
Yes. What about her?
Not Alyssa Milano, for God's sake.
Oh, if only she's gonna be the next Aunt May.
It's Aunt May.
Nelly
Aunt May
Furtado.
and the new ones fly like a bird, just like Superman or Spider-Man. She. I just forgot what I was saying. Now I just thought about her beautiful face and body. Okay, no, they said that she died in the snap. So this is something that's also going to be
Yes.
brought up.
And you don't
like
even
we
see her in the
talked about,
trailer.
like in the end of Endgame.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Woo.
It's the bottom right.
Oh.
Just hit.
So sweet.
You're a producer now.
So sweet. Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to start paying us so I can give him money. I don't need it.
Don't give me any money. I don't deserve it. But I deserve your scorn.
Yeah.
Write in. Tell me how much you think I'm awful. But she's died. So this is going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But did my question is, did Peter Parker know then?
No, because he was gone the whole time.
That's right. So he was gone. So at the same time that they all were brought back, they were both brought back.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're going to get a scene from Aunt May about what was it like to be dead.
Yeah.
Because she was technically dead.
See, I think you will get an explanation of some point. You're going to get one of two things. They were sent to another realm and they lived in that other realm.
The heroes were. But the people that were in the snap.
This is what I mean. Is everybody, because Peter was in the snap.
Oh, you're right.
So they were all in the snap. So I feel like you're going to get...
Doctor Strange had everybody in the snap back in whateverville?
Well, this is what I wonder. Is I want to know exactly what happened. Like, did he use the Reality Stone to basically remove people to another dimension, another...
Right, where, because Peter was like, oh, we came to, he was like, oh, and then he's doing his hand things, and...
Or was it just done? Did he just die? And then reappear, basically, like, what felt to them instantaneous.
Right.
So that's...
I think it's different for the heroes versus the people that weren't the heroes, because the people that were there with Doctor Strange, the heroes fighting, would have been taken to the place that Peter Parker spoke of, where he was like, suddenly we woke up and he was doing this big thing. I think that Aunt May and the others went somewhere else. Yeah. And were brought back because the snap reversed things.
I'll be really interested to find out. And so, I mean, there's going to be a lot of questions answered.
Good preview.
I really like and it kind of answered our question too about who's going to be the next Iron Man. They are proposing that is Spider-Man, which is good news for the future of the universe.
Like, he's not going to be Iron Man. I think
no.
they mean that in the sense of, like, you will take his place.
Yes.
That you won't have a suit of Iron Man.
No, he'll
be Iron Man.
You will be, you're going to be
Which I think is pretty grand. Like, there's already heroes there established in the team.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I think it would be more plausible to be like Black Panther would be the new Iron Man.
No, but I think it is more about his skill set because he's a technical person, he's a scientific person and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think it more falls under that. He's like, that's what made Iron Man. That's what's going to make you Iron Man. Although money kind of does it too. So I kind of hope to find out that like he gets some
I
cash.
will tell you right now that I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I would prefer if Spider-Man was on his own. I didn't like this whole Tony Stark. It did work to the emotions and things, but I prefer Spider-Man to be his own man.
But I think that's what this movie is essentially about.
Right.
Is it
getting out of Tony's shadow and becoming your own dude.
Because 90% of what you see in the movie is like the first probably half hour of the movie.
And I think that fucking
or in the trailer.
Oh, this is what I found. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal loved his suit so much that he requested to wear it constantly.
Really? Eh?
Yes.
It probably smelled like whatever awesome sandalwood that he smells like.
Yeah, exactly. That fucking hippie drip. Oh, dirty oil.
What? Sorry, did I do that in a place where I could be viewed?
And so he loved the suit, and they told him in the contractual, talkings, they were like, you don't have to wear the suit. They're like, you're only going to wear the suit when you're flying around, because I think this might be a thing. Yeah, that's getting out there where it's like, oh, if you're going to be in one of these movies, you're going to have to sit in a chair for 16 hours and put this makeup on and wear the suit and blah blah blah. But he put the suit on, and he's a consummate professional. Yeah. So he knew, he was like, he loved it. He loved the look of it. He loved he knew as a character, he was like, I should be wearing the suit. He said to him, he was like, I should be wearing the suit. And the costume designers were so fucking happy. They were like, awesome, we have a physical one right here for you. Yeah. And so I'm really excited. The Elementals, they brought in a couple like Iron Man. They brought some B. They even said in interviews, they're B characters. Yeah. They're not even B characters, they're fucking like D characters. Yeah.
Now, did you also see that some of the Easter eggs from, I did not catch these Easter eggs, but there were a couple Easter eggs in Endgame.
Apparently there's a lot.
But there were two specific ones that were kind of close together that hint at characters that will come in, and I know you're gonna but one of them was because they talked about earthquakes in the ocean, and they were talking that's probably a hint towards Namor. Ah. And then there was a hint about an age, I can't remember the name now, is Agent something or other, which is Captain Britain.
Oh, he's badass. Yeah. He was in. Okay, Namor. You're right. Yeah, Captain Britain was in the same team, I believe, as Wolverine, wasn't he? Or am I thinking Captain Canada?
Yeah, you're thinking Alpha Flight or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Okay, wrong guy.
But yeah, it's
cool. No deal. But, bring them all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, and that's where we're in that position now, where you need
bring them in.
You need some bodies because we've lost some, and some will start to become a little more stale, and
it will be neat to have a UK guy and like this guy and that guy.
The Russos have officially said too that one of the Marvel cast of characters is going to come out as gay.
Wait, is this going to be like a Dumbledore thing where they tell us after?
Yeah, he's already dead.
Hulk. No, that's somebody. Hulk. Come on.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is because they
already could be a lady.
Well, I think it's going to be a lady, and I started going through, and the first person I thought was Okoye from. But I think
she's black.
No, I was just trying to think of people who haven't already been matched up with other people of the opposite sex, but then I was like, oh yeah, she was matched up with somebody of the opposite sex. Yeah. So it really came down to the only person I can think of off the top of my head who has not had a relationship with a member of the opposite sex, because they said gay, not bi.
Okay.
And so that's where I'm going. Like wait,
one second, wait, don't tell me. I'm gonna see if I can break it in real quick.
Break it down really quick. Speak because
we did the exactly right. The MCU, we got okay. There's Ant-Man's got a girlfriend. Hawkeye's got a family.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
No, he had a relationship with Rachel McAdams.
Oh fuck, that's right. I can't say it. Okay.
I'm thinking Shuri.
The super tech.
Yeah.
She's the smartest brain in my opinion. Yes. She's the best one.
I feel like I feel like in the right, like given the same materials that Tony could have been as good or better. But it's like, so it's like she had cooler stuff to play with, but there's no denying her brain.
In Endgame, it would have been really funny if Tony Stark pulled into his car and was like, "Oh, they've pulled it, blah blah blah," and they're actually like, "No." And then when they went in, there Shuri's in there, and she's already solved time travel with Ant-Man. That would have been awesome.
No, you find out
Tony Stark down a peg.
Fuck that. She had been
She
doing
had it all the time.
She's like, yeah, I do it all the time. She's like,
I'm the one who put the idea of time travel in your head.
That would be amazing. But she was in the snap, so it was the whole thing. But just a little heads up to other people. Immediately after we did our episode where we broke down Endgame in pretty graphic detail.
Oh no.
I was then invited on another show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I was uninvited to Christmas with my family.
Where I broke down Avengers Endgame in even graphicer detail. The whole episode is over 3 hours long.
What? What is it?
It's called the Who Cares Anyway podcast.
Oh, I know
you can find
one.
it. Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. The first hour covered just kind of like general news and stuff like that.
You already did it.
I recorded on last Friday. We did it live.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
We talked for.
You guys gave her.
What's that?
You guys gave her.
Oh, we gave her. And it's like the show's supposed to be 2 hours long at the max. And we went an hour over just talking.
Our minisodes are supposed to be 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're at like 24 so far, and we're not even on topic 2.
Hey! We're doing topic 1.
No, not really. So anyways, yeah. So Marvel, cool. Disney/Disney Fox released their release schedule for like the next 7 years.
Yeah, Avatar was pushed ahead by a year, which I'll bet you James Cameron was like, "Woo, thank God!" Like, oh fuck,
I gotta be done this.
It's just got the balls on people. Ain't even done anything. I've been hanging around at the beach.
But some interesting little things. It did obviously give your like just a basic skeletal structure of when your next Marvel movies are coming out. It did show that they've now spread out Star Wars movies, that they haven't stopped doing them. They are still putting out Star Wars movies, but they're going to be every 2 years, not every year, which I think is a good thing.
I think it's a good idea too.
At least for now.
You don't oversaturate the market with it, right?
Exactly.
Because people are mad.
Well, they're always mad.
I just roll my eyes into the I wish I could like Undertaker my eyes back right now. And then Gates of Hell just
oh god, go see Gates of Hell, guys.
Yeah, go see it at theaters now.
But yeah, so anyways, it was really interesting to see though how many, and then it just got to a point where I just like where it got to the point where it's like Disney live action movie, and then Disney untitled Marvel movie, and then untitled Pixar movie,
and then it just says Diz, and then in brackets knee. You're like, wow. There's not even a Y.
And then there was one where it was just and then dot because the guy died of putting dates.
How do they even pull this off?
It's this is what they get paid for, you know.
Fuck, like I feel that I'm worried that things will suffer. That we won't get as many things as we were gonna, because now that whole studio is gone, and this one is now taking all what they feel is the money. But
that's the problem, is the studio's not gone. It's Fox. Like Marvel is Fox is still its own studio that just happens to be owned by Disney.
Oh, okay. No, I see what you're saying.
So it's like, it's not like Disney's like also taking on Avatar.
Right.
Disney just owns Avatar now.
They just own it.
But Fox is still making Avatar. It's like Marvel is its own studio.
They just own that studio, like Pixar.
Yeah. They're all just different branches that are doing their own things, which is why they can do so many. So I mean, man, so much.
Pretty much it's just gonna be all Disney movies at the Oscars and everything.
It better be.
Disney will own it. They will all be the proprietors. It'll be like, holy fuck.
It is a, it was a lot to look at. But then you see like the odd movie in there, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's not a known Disney product.
Maybe do they have anything new coming out? Like you just said,
it's like
they must.
Oh yeah, so it's like something wasn't a franchise. I'm like, what the fuck are you?
I read like a thing about Jon Favreau. Yeah. And it was like he did Avengers.
Yeah.
He directed The Lion King.
Yeah.
And then he also did, there's like a third. It was like all for Disney. It was like all at the same time.
In a row, yeah.
He said it was like a fucking, he didn't say it was a nightmare, but
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, doing anything like that.
What the hell was this? Oh, The Mandalorian.
Yes.
It was Lion King, The Mandalorian, and Avengers.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the Mandalorian.
I am also.
God
I
damn it.
believe I am going to get Disney Plus, and it fucking kills me.
It does not kill me.
Kills me. I know it doesn't.
I actually started paying for it already just to like, just like here.
I mean, prepay.
and it's not even going to take off like months later. It's just like it's
Yes, it
like
is.
just
What are you talking
no.
about?
No, that's why I'm saying it's like I'm just paying now. I'm like just on faith. Here's my money.
On faith.
And then and so yeah, they're taking it off,
But
and I'll
you
still
could
pay
actually
them.
have this, like, eventually you will have this Disney discount card. So you've spent so much money at Disney shit that when you go to Disneyland, they'll be like, hey, you want to meet this person? Hey, they'll be like, you're Joe, because everything will be beat. They'll be like, you're on, get on.
Want to direct?
Get on.
Want to direct a quick episode of this ABC show?
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, I do.
Sure, what the hell? I got the notes and everything.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's got to star B. Arthur. Look at my shirt.
I love this. We talked about this shirt one time, and I promised I'd get a picture of it, but then you never wore it
Too
here.
late.
So then,
For the first time ever, I'm not wearing my Gojira shirt.
Gojira.
I already sweated it out.
It's almost like
You know their names?
yeah.
Rue McClanahan, Estelle Getty.
Betty White.
Who?
Betty White.
I know, right? The one, Betty White and fucking Hottie McGee.
B. Arthur. I thought you were gonna ask what their actual their character
Yeah, okay, so
names
it
were.
was Sophie,
Sophia.
Blanche,
Blanche.
it was Blanche Dubois or
Devereaux.
something. Devereaux.
Because
Who's
she's
Dubois?
what? No,
Is that Gambit?
yeah.
Whatever. And then I don't know the rest of the names.
I don't know. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But anyway. So what else is going on out there?
Wrestling sucks.
yes.
Wrestling sucks right now.
Yeah, talk to me
I
about.
fucking love wrestling, and I think I'm gonna get rid of my account just to show Vince McMahon that we're not having this shit anymore.
That is indeed a statement.
I know, because then I can go back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once I get it again, I can go back and see the things I missed, but it's in such a terrible state. This entire week,
Yeah.
there was like no women.
Oh really?
No women. Where's the women revolution? Where's there's nothing.
Yeah.
Vince has lost his mind and he needs to be stopped. He's like a tyrant.
Yes.
Triple H needs to stop him in a match. There should be a match. There should be a match. Control of the company. Triple H versus Vince.
What if it's actually happening in the background, like before
Probably
tapings
is.
and stuff, like before anybody comes to the thing?
Yeah.
Just empty arena matches,
Yeah.
and then like
They had one. Wasn't it Rock versus Mankind? It
Yes.
was like an empty arena match.
Yes.
It was fucking
They-
awesome.
I think it was like for like halftime of a Super Bowl or
Yes.
something like
Yes,
that.
it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
And see, I'm actually flabbergasted by how much wrestling memory I have, given the fact that I haven't watched
all
wrestling
sense
in like
memory, bro.
15 years.
It's all sense memory.
It's all sense memory.
I got all the
And,
belts out. What I'm gonna buy? I know the next one. I'm gonna get the Attitude Era belt.
Yeah.
7 pounds.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Found a place where you can get your own custom championship belts, where you can
Yeah,
have like literally whatever you want on them. And stuff.
I know. I think I've seen the place too. Is
Okay.
it around here?
No, it was an online.
It's like a
thing.
belt.com thing.
Yeah, it was-
I've seen it too.
I found it, and I was like, well, how do I
seen it
go
too.
about making belts for us as a
You
tag
can
team?
make, we could. Yeah, we should actually.
We just wear them.
Well, you can get the commemorative ones as well, which I actually already thought.
Yeah.
Like, they're like 2 something.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
I don't spend money. I want them to be
You don't spend money. He makes it shit.
Yeah. But speaking of wrestling, I watched I went through a litany of documentaries in the last few days, just staying up, getting ready for night mode and stuff like that. I watched the Andre the Giant HBO documentary.
I watched it yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, let's talk
Yes,
about it.
I did.
This works out beautifully.
Yes,
That was
it
a
does.
beautiful documentary, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was. And what's funny is that they really didn't have a lot of footage of him.
No.
But dude, I started bawling
Oh, really?
when Vince McMahon was like, I have a place that I put uncomfortable things. And he's like, I can't deal with them. And
Yeah.
you know, and I feel so bad for Vince because Vince is a businessman, but then he becomes your friend. And then it's like you're running business with friends.
Well, especially in a time because he was a real crossover for him.
Yes.
Because he was a guy who was there and gigantic when he bought the company,
Yes.
right? And like he convinced him to come out of retirement.
Convinced.
I get it. He's a con man.
Vinced.
Oh, the Vince part.
Right?
You
Con,
meant the Vince.
No, both.
I don't get any of it.
Yeah, I don't either. Anyways, right?
I'm not even gonna start. But yeah, so I mean there was a lot there, and it was so cool to see the people that they got. Like they got the people for
His
his
buddy,
bride, and they got his family, and his buddy. Tim
And you know
White.
what? I was really impressed with how much Billy Crystal remembered.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, he always talked about his farm on whatever, and because it reminded him of being back in France. And I was like, wow, like.
It also, well, I think there's a bit of that's awesome and stuff like that, but I think that that's a movie that is such like, every year these guys all get together and talk
and they talk about it, and
so I've seen so many the gangs all hear interviews, right? And even got Randy Patinkin to come for somehow they can't get him to come out of his trailer for things he's starring in. But
was he in CSI? That was him, right?
Criminal Minds, which he was excellent on for the time that he was on it.
Yep.
But he is a fantastic, like Chicago Hope, still for my money the only good hospital show.
I feel like you're in it so badly.
What?
I have to pee.
Oh, okay.
Give me just talk.
Okay, just talk.
On,
Todd's gonna go pee.
Take a pee.
All right, so
I drink all these beers before I fucking.
Oh, good God! Yeah. He showed up at a place for lobster and he left with a gut full of beer. But we'll get into that later. But I'll tell you, actually, I don't even know what to talk to you about at this point. But I guess we'll just talk more about just what's been going on. So we talked about the website last week. So that is actually the upgrade is almost complete. I've added new pages for all these different things, and this might not interest most of you, but it's got episode information for every single episode now. It's got a movie view, so you can go and click on your favorite movies, and it brings you to that episode and brings you to a place where you can listen to it. Our latest YouTube stuff and our latest episodes are there. You can catch all of our appearances and things like that in our bios. We've updated the bios. Lots of things. What else can we do? You want to contact us? I want you guys to call us. I want you. I'm pointing right at you right now. And it's not you, John, because I know you'll do it. But it's give us a call at 289-769-3288. Call at any time. Leave a voicemail. You'll hear my voice, and I'll say, hey, it's a miscast commentary. Yeah, leave a message. Beep. Stuff like that. Actually, it'll sound more like, oh, it's miscast commentary. It's a phone. You don't, I know you're used to just texting. And if you want to just text, then just text. Just use your thumbs. And we'll read your texts on air. We'll do any of that kind of stuff. We're upgrading the show. We're doing more. We're not changing what we do because we like what we do. We just want to give you more of it. And on that subject, I think I might actually have Todd convinced of some stuff we're going to do. Maybe some potential Patreon extra bonus feature stuff that might come down the pipe sooner than later. He has expressed interest in it. It's just a matter of getting the time and getting enough together that we can provide you guys with, oh my God, his pants are down. His dick was sort of out.
Jeez.
So I've just been updating our friends on
I'm sweating.
Technical shit. So then I didn't, because I wanted to talk to you more about other documentaries I
Look at the
watched.
sweats, bro.
Oh, good God.
It's pee. It's urine.
Yeah, it smells like lobster.
It smells like lobster.
It smells
lobster piss.
Smells like clarified butter.
But I really like the Andre.
Yes.
You're probably you're like 12 minutes past that. I was actually gone for 45 minutes. He chopped it up.
I didn't, yeah. Yeah, he's like,
loving this fan.
I'm shitting out my dick.
Not my dick.
Yeah.
Other people's dicks.
All of them. No, but some of the other documentaries I finished the Flat Earth documentary, Beyond the Curve on Netflix.
You do also believe that it's a flat Earth now, right?
Oh, I'm in now.
Of course.
No.
How is it not?
It was actually really funny because you find like they made a very clear point to just literally follow these guys and listen to what they had to say. And they were letting everybody be everybody. And like a lot of them are not crazies.
So it's more a documentary on just the people that believe in flat Earth.
Yes.
Than trying to prove flat Earth to be a thing.
Yes.
Right.
So it's really following these people who are trying to prove flat Earth, but also at the same time a bunch of other things. And then it shows that there are crazies amongst the bunch.
Of course, there always
and like
is.
the one guy, he sounds like he's laying down the math. He's like, this would have to be, but this would have to be. Oh yeah, and by the way, like everybody's a robot, and like he would like do that sort of thing, and you're like, oh,
are you a robot?
You lost me. Like, and that was that sort of thing. And then there's one guy who he claims to have started.
It's like you get so close to convincing people, and then suddenly everyone's a robot.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no.
See, and the big problem, and so they were talking to scientists and stuff, and they were like, they're like, I don't spend too much time on them because there's no convincing them. I could take them he's like, I could take them into space and circumnavigate the globe.
Yes.
And then you go, oh, this is a simulator.
Yeah, you're faking this.
Yeah. And so it just kept going. But then what was interesting is then they were like, we're going to do this experiment. And this experiment will prove flat Earth. We've got this gyroscope thing. And if the Earth spins, it would spin on this 15-degree axis or something like that. So by that property, this thing should have a rotation of 15 degrees when we're done doing the test. And he's like, but if it doesn't, then the Earth's flat. And it went around, sure enough, 15 degrees. And then they're like, and then it goes back to the scientist, and the scientist is like, well, one thing, like the difference between a scientist and a theorist, like this kind of theorist, is a good scientist has no stakes in the answer.
Right.
Is I'm going to ask the question. I have a theory of what the answer is going to be.
There's no bias
I have no theory.
whatever, right?
But then if the answer is not what I said it was, I'm like, oh, cool.
Whatever.
Write down the answer. And he's like, but the theorists will then throw away all evidence until they find something that proves their theory.
Yep.
So then sure enough, that thing comes out, and then the guy's sitting there, he's like, yeah, well, that doesn't prove anything. Even though he just said that it was physical proof.
That is exactly the problem with today, right? Well, along with a lot of things. Yeah. That right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly. So
I don't believe the facts. I don't believe the truth. I will sit here stonewalled until some. I believe that I believe.
It's basically how cable news works. That is the whole analogy.
Right.
And then they did another one too, and then it was like a laser test or something like that. And they're like, well, if we're gonna like shine this light through this thing, and if they don't have to raise the light, then the Earth is flat. Because that means it's going right through, because like for miles.
Right.
It's going.
Yes.
But if they have to raise the light, then it's definitely whatever. And then they were so literally and then they're like, okay, so you're holding it where you're supposed to? Yep. Okay, raise it up. And then sure enough, the light went through. And then it just went to credits from there. Sorry to.
And it went.
Spoiler alert. But it's interesting because you saw people, and then you also see like the bad side. And I think that there was an interesting thing to be said about how flat earthers are treated. And there's one scientist, they had like this scientific salon kind of thing, where just people come and talk about whatever. Right. It's like a TED talk in a bar essentially. And the one guy came out and he's like, all we're doing is just dismissing these people and just going, you guys are idiots, get over there, you crazy idiots, go over there, you crazy idiots. Okay. And then he's like, but these are people with scientific curiosity. They just don't have the tools that we have.
Right.
So why aren't we bringing them over to us and going, let's do it together?
Yeah.
And like, let's go through this together. He's like, I'm not saying we're going to change anybody's mind, but there's no reason to treat them like
they're fucking lepers or like idiot, like
so. So there was something to be said about that.
And then 10 heads,
And then, but also
like education.
We'll
educate ourselves together.
Yeah. Exactly. And that, because scientists have no stake in the Earth being round. They said their whole thing was they've been saying the Earth was round so long that it would be too embarrassing to the world if they admitted that it was flat now. That was basically.
How embarrassing is that? Oh, no, it actually is flat. Like, anybody really be like, you're ruined.
So basically the exact description.
You told me it was round.
I didn't entirely understand things. So basically they think the entire Earth is surrounded by a giant, basically the wall from Game of Thrones.
Right.
Is surrounded all the way around.
Yes. No, not all the way around. I think the idea is that, it's, the poles are frozen for a reason. And if they melt, that will allow you to get to the other side, which is the other world. Yeah.
There's an infinite plane theory where they says that there's more worlds beyond it.
Beyond the ice, because the flat earthers believe that if you most people have not gone from pole to pole.
Yeah.
Not to horizontal vertical this way. Horizontal, the horizon.
Yeah.
So they say, okay, they've gone horizontal, but they haven't gone this way.
Yes.
So what is the proof that the Earth is round? Because after that I kind of dig the theory, actually. I like it. In a sense of a fantasy.
Yes.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That if it melted, and then on that over there's Satan. There's the holy fuck, that's what's been holding them back kind of thing.
Yeah. It's definitely, you could use, I think that whoever theorized that, if they didn't, somewhere along the line, I think there's the whole dogmatic, very much like the Bible. Now, I'm not saying anything about religion.
He's saying he doesn't believe the Bible.
Well, I don't. But I'm not even saying the Bible as religion. I'm just saying the stories that are told in the Bible somebody wrote.
Exactly. That's
Right?
man's word.
Yes.
That's not God wrote on a piece of paper.
And that's all I'm saying.
That's a man who said that
Yes,
God spoke to him.
they are also just things that are meant to be moral lessons.
That's right.
They're
That is
Aesop's
what it
fables.
is. That is the whole point of the Bible. And my idea is it's like a moral compass.
Yes.
Don't take
I thought you said
everything-
mortal, so I thought you were going to say Mortal Kombat, and I was really thrown off. And I was
Yeah.
like,
The
it's
Mortal
just a
Kombat compass.
fight. Kano.
Exactly. If you're not going to fight
Kano
Kano,
and
where
Abel?
are you going?
Yeah, the story of Kano and Abel.
And then Kano turned into a ball and hit Abel.
Rips out Abel's heart.
Yeah. it's-
Fatality.
Why couldn't he have done a friendshipality?
Oh, friendship.
Or a babality?
Friendship.
He could have had his whole life. He could have been a baby again.
That would have been amazing.
That's forever.
And that's the flat Earth theory. No, but it was just it's an interesting watch. But then I take
What's the name of it?
It's called Beyond the Curve.
Where is this? Netflix?
Netflix.
Okay, cool. I'm
And
gonna
then
watch this
also on Netflix, I can't remember the entire name of the documentary, but it was like something bid or something, and the man who knew too much. And it's about a guy who studied Price is Right so intricately that he was like the man at like he could get any price right at any point. And it showed him study. He basically discovered as a kid, I want you guys to go watch it, so I don't want to ruin a lot. But
Right.
he noticed as a kid that every now and again the same items would come back out after a little bit of time had passed.
So he's finding like almost like a boss battle. When you fight the boss so many times, you're like, oh, now he's going to do this.
Yeah.
Or if he does this, then he does this. And he obviously
It's Mike
figured
Tyson's
out,
Punch-Out. You figure out their patterns.
Exactly. He figured out a pattern.
Yep. So, and he flat out memorized the prices of all these things. He made computer programs that would challenge him, and he would just go boom, boom, boom. And he kept going to tapings and kept going to tapings. He did get on. I won't spoil what happened on his taping and stuff
I think
like
I
that.
want to watch this one before the Flat Earth one. This one sounds cool.
It's short and it's sweet and it's a cool
45 minutes.
No, it's still feature length, but it's just like it just goes. It just
We've been
goes.
watching Marvel movies for a while, so like 90 minutes is
it's
like
nothing.
a commercial now.
It's nada. But yeah.
What's the name of that one?
It was
Price is Right?
No, if you typed in The Price is Right, you would probably get it. But
What do you think the name is? I feel like it should be The Price is Right.
no, the tag was The Man Who Knew Too Much, but I can't remember what they was like something.
That could be-
bid.
he could
It was
know too much about
perfect-
anything.
It was like Perfect Bid or something like
Yeah,
that.
okay,
It was
there you go.
Like
Perfect Bid, in brackets, The Man Who Knew Too Much.
That's what it is. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, really?
So well, that's The Man Who Knew Too Much is like the tag, not
Right,
the-
right.
So yeah, but it's really good. It's worth a look. So lots of good stuff out there. I also found a thing I found kind of unwatchable, but it was just interesting. It was called Flinch. It's a game show that like takes place in Ireland, where basically if they do something and if you flinch,
It's like you're not even drunk enough.
then you get, like,
you're
punished.
flinching.
Yeah. Well, they had one where like the guy, he had like his head, it looked like a fucking saw trap. And he had his head like in his cage thing and there was a rat going through. And if the guy freaked out, his arms were out sideways and his hand would hit and it was a mouse trap. And the mouse
my
trap would
God.
slide. I'm like, seriously. And then there was another
Like,
one.
oh.
And then there was another one where they were just up top of the thing, like this like pendulum thing. And then there was like train whistles and they'd go off. And if the guy went, and then it would tip. And then they would like go through and like face first into water and then like just like spin around a couple
Dear
times.
Lord, it's like Chinese water torture.
That's what I'm saying. And I was just like, I watched it for like
Do
a few
you,
minutes. and I was just
regardless
kinda-
if you reach the end, do you win?
I don't really know. I didn't finish an
Like,
episode.
is
I
there
was
like
just-
you didn't flinch 5 times, so then you win? I think you should just win.
I think you should just win,
Like,
but
dear
here's where
God.
we are.
It's probably like, buddy, live or die. You decide. Mouse traps on your cock or not, you decide.
Mousetrap, I guarantee, it's the craziest thing you'll ever see.
I saw Venom.
Oh, did you? How was it?
I didn't hate it.
No?
No.
I
It was
can't-
stupid. It was
Yeah.
like the stupidest movie, and the suit's talking to him and stuff. But I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't despise it.
Okay, how was Tom Hardy's voice? Because I've heard
It was
nothing
awful.
But, yeah, I
It
heard
was
nothing
awful.
but bad things about that.
I think that Tom Hardy is one of the more overrated actors
I would agree.
because it's always the same fucking thing with him, man. Like
It's always the same.
he's got something too. Sorry, he's got some like he walks like De Niro walks. Like he's all bow-legged and he's all hunched over. When you watch Venom,
Yeah.
and or watch any Tom Hardy performance now, and I don't know if he's got a bad back or what it is, but he's all hunched over and like he walks all bow-legged. He looks like De Niro when you see De Niro back in the day.
I feel like he just has a lot of like. I feel like everything is a decision. I feel like he's
Yeah.
just a gelatinous void that becomes Tom Hardy, and then everything beyond that is a decision. Like
yeah, I agree.
much
I
like
agree.
our next movie, where you could make very similar decisions,
There's no decisions. The man will beat it into you. Yeah. Man beats it into you.
Man beats it in. Okay. Well, what happens next?
I'm trying to think what else the hell happened this
I don't
week.
know.
What
Well,
else
we're gonna talk about what happens next week now because it's
okay.
time.
Good. Yeah, let's go. Fuck
All
it.
right.
Fuck it.
Let's talk about what movie we're going to do next week, and that's why I was trying to segue into by being able to select body types and stuff like that.
Oh, sorry.
We're going back to the '80s. We're going back to Arnie.
Right now?
Dude, you don't remember. I knew you were going to do this. I should have said something beforehand because we record so far in advance for the movies, but then we go back for these episodes so they're more timely and stuff like that. So we wanted to do some Arnie. We wanted to do some 80s. So we got to go to the only acceptable one at this point, and that is Total Recall. Let us listen
That's
to
like 93. It's not
the
80s.
trailer. I don't care.
Arrest that woman!
Great.
Cut.
Get ready for a surprise!
We can't let him run around. He knows too much. They've got your bug.
I got a lock. There!
The bug's in your skull.
Take this thing out of the case and stick it up your nose. Don't worry, it's self-guiding.
Got him.
I lost him.
Welcome to Mars.
You got a lot of nerve showing your face around here.
Look who's talking.
They erased your identity and implanted a new one.
If I'm not me, who the hell am I?
He's got a hologram!
Welcome to Johnny Cab.
Drive!
Where can I take you tonight? Please fasten your seatbelt. I want Clay delivered alive for reimplantation.
That's for making me come to Mars. You wouldn't hurt me. After all, we're married.
Consider that a divorce.
We hope you enjoyed the ride.
Okay, so that definitely wasn't the actual preview, and we are aware of that. But it's it's hard to find it's hard to find the real ones nowadays, and it was just I've accepted that that's what we're going with. But that is what we're doing next week. We are doing Total Recall.
Arnold.
Yeah,
He says, we hope you enjoy the ride. We don't hope, we know you're going to enjoy the ride.
Yeah, so strap the fuck in. Right? Was that enough attitude? Did I do it right?
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, I think I accidentally took the wah wah off, but I'm gonna.
So what crickets works.
Crickets is fine. It lasts
I like
for
that
fucking
other one you
ever.
put in
Though.
there.
But
Yeah, they're pretty long crickets.
I know. I'm gonna make better sound
Crickets
effects so we
should be
can have
long.
more fun. But anyways, so we've dealt with some of the housekeeping while Todd was peeing, so not much else to deal with now. Next week, check out.
Housekeeping. You want me for pillow?
You want me to jerk you off? Actually, just quickly, I do want to talk about Adam Sandler was back on Saturday Night
Yes,
Live.
there you go. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I heard it was, see, this
I'm
is
just
the
going to
thing.
interrupt you to say we're yelling a bit.
Sorry,
right now.
you're right, yeah.
Okay.
So I do that.
No, it's okay.
You
So
gotta
do
take
I.
it down, yeah.
So do I.
So our improv teacher
Yes.
told us a long time ago.
Chuck.
Yep. Told us. I wish I could talk to him again. I feel like there was like a thing. There was, but whatever.
It's been 20 something
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
I think
Chuck.
it's weirder to bring it up now.
Maybe, but whatever, right? So he had told us that in improv, it doesn't necessarily. I think I'm being too quiet now. Right now,
No,
like,
just talk. It's
in,
fine.
in improv, it doesn't have to be funny. No one said it had to be funny.
Yeah.
It just has to be improv.
Yeah.
And what Adam Sandler did at the end of that show was bring emotion. It
Yeah.
wasn't funny. It was just like, man, like, wow. Like, apparently it was really good.
It was very good.
I think he did it at his Netflix show.
Yes.
But it was a little bit more poignant because, like, he was there. I think it was the anniversary of Farley's death. Like
it was something.
Or something. It was the anniversary of something.
I don't know.
Whatever.
But yeah, he was.
It was on that stage where they were, and I'm like, wow, like.
But yeah, just to take you through just little bits of it, I opened up with a song called "I Got Fired,"
That's
which
right,
was say him and Chris Rock.
And then they brought Pete Davidson, which I'm like,
but I kind of liked what they did with him. Because I got fired. They're like, no, you didn't get. Or he's like, I didn't get fired or whatever, blah blah blah. And then he's like, yeah, just wait a little while. So,
okay, I got you.
I like that, but I think it's a well known thing. It's one of those things that stings. But everybody gets fired from Saturday Night. Like all the best people get fired from Saturday Night Live. Like Jay Farrell was in the middle.
A joke he was making.
Yeah.
He understands.
Oh, for sure.
Back. If he was super pissed, he wouldn't come back and host the show.
Oh, for sure. But like Jay Farrell was in the middle of playing Obama, and nobody gets replaced when they're playing the president, and he got fired, and they were like, what the fuck?
I heard the show wasn't really that good other than like that song.
There was bits and pieces. Like he wasn't great.
Because the cast sucks.
Yeah. There's some good. There's some good casts.
There is,
really
but I mean, it's not like it was. No. They have a heavy hitter show. You can't watch fucking SNL for 90 minutes and be that one skit was good and then say the show was good.
No, absolutely. They
need to get rid of fucking Good Burger. The fuck's that guy's name? Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, I actually find that he's not on it very much anymore. I find that they utilize him perfectly when they need him. Like, for example, he's Whoopi. He is.
I loved him in Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
He was great.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He was only briefly, but he was great.
Yeah. And that's the thing about SNL guys. And that's like, I don't know why they are always in such a hurry to go star in movies and shit like that. Because that ends up ruining it ruins more of them than it makes.
Because they think that they're better than they are. But that's the problem.
But like, think about Amy Poehler. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Amy Poehler is gigantic and then like Parks and Rec.
I think she's hilarious.
And she is amazing. But she's one of the few who like comes out looking really good in the end. I mean, again, relative to the entire cast of Saturday Night Live, not one of the few. Like,
you want to be seen as a franchise player, like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, exactly.
Writing skits for other people, like,
but the
no ego.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that like when they left Saturday Night Live, or when they were kind of at their downward spiral of Saturday Night Live, like it was almost finished, their contract was almost up. Like Kate McKinnon's contract is up this year apparently, so she'll likely disappear, which will really.
She should be big.
She should be big. She should be. And but like Amy Poehler, she would show up and everything. She was in Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, and she was fucking hilarious.
Amy Poehler?
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's really funny too.
Yeah,
I like her.
And it's just, but that was the thing. Like a Saturday Night Live person is capable of stealing a scene in a movie.
I like Tina Fey's Click.
Yeah, and actually they've got a new movie on Netflix coming out in Wine Country.
With the girl that plays Bobby. Bobby B.
Oh.
Bobby. What's her name? She plays Whitney all the time. What the fuck is her name?
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah. I think
she's great. But speaking of which, though, Amy Poehler is directing a movie called Wine Country coming out next week tomorrow, I think, on Netflix.
Oh my God. Like,
it's
Netflix. Fuck.
And it's about, like, it's a bunch of older ladies, but it's, middle age, but it's Amy Poehler, Maya Rudolph, Rachel Dratch, Paula Pell.
Rachel Dratch.
Right.
I think I saw this preview.
Yeah, and Paula Pell, she was a writer on SNL. She's on AP Bio right now.
Rachel Dratch was also on because it's like Tina Fey's the showrunner, I guess they call it for.
She was
Schmidt.
Oh yes, yeah.
They were all there.
Yeah,
like Dratch was there. Fucking, I don't think Amy Poehler was in it though.
Maybe not.
No, but Dratch was there.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
But yeah, anyways, but yeah, it was, you got a couple little, like, they,
the
Adam Sandler
snatch.
Yeah, Adam Sandler got a little dig in on Seth Rogen, because he was doing Opera Man during,
that's right, I saw,
and he was talking about, like, ugly man, but still with hot women he score, oh, where have I seen that before, oh, and then it's Adam Sandler with Jennifer Aniston, Kate Beckinsale.
Right.
So not really, but
he should have been Canteen Boy and everything, man. They should have really given her.
Well, I thought for sure that the line, like, Canteen Boy was a given.
Yeah, like,
because I thought for sure the movie. Yeah, I thought the episode would open up with Trump and then Alec Baldwin being Trump. Then you have Alec Baldwin, who is the perennial Canteen Boy.
That's right.
I was like, it was all perfect. But apparently Herlihy and like people who wrote for him on Saturday Night Live came back and wrote with the other writers for him in this
Tim
one.
Herlihy.
So there was
His main for Happy Madison.
Yeah, and and there was some good stuff in there. There was there's one sketch. It was talking about Italy, and it was like. I'm just trying to think exactly how it was worded and stuff, but the basic premise was like, you can't complain if you're upset while you're in Italy. It's because you're a sad person.
Right.
And it was just like, it was like you were sad before you got here.
Well, did you see his special?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I love Adam. I like a CD. It seems to me like it's like a live CD.
It was very much like his old, like when you could listen to his songs.
Yeah.
He's got songs like Phone Wallet Key. He had like a bunch of different songs.
New
on there,
songs,
but it was
like new shit.
And like Rob Schneider shows up because.
Oh my God! Of course, I thought he was done with him.
Never.
You
done.
fucking ruined it. Where's
Never.
the spoil? What the fuck?
That's been out a long time though, so
cares?
that's on you. And then the other sketch.
You're right.
Yeah. And then the other sketch I liked was the Sandler family reunion, whereas all these different iterations of Adam Sandler, all the different characters. So like Pete Davidson is Little Nicky, and he's like, make sure he doesn't steal your like persona for one of his movies. And he's like, I don't do that. And then like somebody comes up as Bobby Boucher, and they're doing all that. But then Kristen Wiig shows up.
Okay.
Speaking of which, and she's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm just gonna go over," and she goes, "No, they're all gonna laugh at you." And that was the only non-movie, reference, and it was from "They're All Gonna Laugh at You," his first album, which is still fantastic.
Awesome.
I just listened to that again
CD.
recently, and I was just like, man,
I might get it on record.
yeah.
I like to.
Yeah.
I'm getting into the records. I'm
I
trying
like
to buy records.
I like comedy.
I might get it.
Comedy on vinyl's fun.
I agree. I agree.
But really, the older stuff. Like I don't like listening to stand up per se on vinyl because I don't want to flip it over in the middle and interrupt the thing. But when you have the songs and the sketches,
I'm sure that it's not going to be in the middle of a joke. They just stop it and then you have to flip.
No, but still, there's a flow to comedy where it's like a joke finishes, but then it'll like
maybe at the intermission
there's no intermission.
You flip it. I know it's like an hour. Every special on Netflix is like an hour 10, an hour 5. Like
But the
we should have our own
Netflix special.
Yes, but it's like it's as if we're doing the show. It's as if the crowd is the camera.
Yeah.
It'll be planned, but there'll be an improv section. You know, like it'll be.
We'll have our thing.
We'll have like a Vegas residency.
Well, we're working on it right now. This is step one.
That's right.
And we fucked it off right from the beginning. What?
Step by step, NKOTB. Yeah. Step one, we can have lots of fun, which
step
we're
two,
doing. There's so much we can do. That's next.
And step three,
takes a long time.
It's just you and me.
It's just you and me.
And step 4, I can give you more. This is the video and stuff. Step 5, don't you know that the time has arrived for us to end this fucking episode?
We're only on step 1. It takes years. This is we're 3 years. It's 1.
I really was hoping you and I would be finished in like 2 years.
I know.
I was hoping you and I would have like broken up like the Beatles and had our own Wings and Traveling Wilburys by now. Wings was the better group.
Oh, fuck yes, it was. I honestly,
I don't agree with that, but I do like Wings.
Okay, I do. I think that I like Wings like better than I like the Beatles. Yeah. I think fucking Wings is awesome.
I do like Wings a lot, but I was like the Beatles. I like,
but my son I'm not there yet.
Yeah, my son.
With the Beatles.
No, you gotta hit. Oh man,
the White Album is a supreme album. It's really good. It's except for the last side, which is all.
Yeah. You know what? Listen to Help too. Go through the lesser known songs of Help, like You've Got to Hide Your Love Away.
Right,
that's really good.
They're the Beatles. They have their top 4 of their albums are in the top 10. Of Rolling Stones albums all time.
And then some of them snuck in. They're like number 6.2.
Like Rubber Soul, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Yeah, that was almost a sentence.
Let's go.
Yeah, but but anyways, I was gonna say my son. We were just sitting there and we were all talking at the dinner table one day, and then we just hear him just very quietly singing to himself, and he's going, "She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride." But she don't cares. And I was like, but then like off the top, I'm like, where the fuck did you hear that song? The show Beat Bugs that's on Netflix.
Oh, it's all
every single episode is dedicated to a Beatles tune, and he got it from there.
That's cool.
And like he knows all you need.
He's gonna grow up. He's gonna be a Beatles fan.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So the Rolling Stones are now trying to figure out how to. They're gonna have a cartoon called Rock Music, and it's all rocks like garden gnomes.
For real?
No, I'm making this up.
Oh, sweet! I was like, wow, like that could be a real thing.
improv number one.
Yeah, fucking A. I thought it was like a lot of them is about like cartoon Satan and like doing drugs and.
All right.
Well, the Beatles are fucked too, but you know.
Yeah, I hear you. Everybody's dumb. But okay, so we've gone over an hour and we have more than 4 hours worth of recording to do because we're doing a bit of an all-night thing tonight. So we need to end this turkey right now. Find us on our website, miscastcommentary.com. Email podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Find us on Twitter @miscastpodcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. I'm also at JK Finley
This sounds
on
like
Instagram.
a fucking double. This is like split it in half.
That is true though. So we've got a lot going on tonight. So we will we'll see you guys next week with Total Recall and many weeks to come, unless we can both make some money off of this and break up in a way that is fucking astounding. So
as long as one of us is good, like you fuck me over, you make a shit ton of money, I'm cool. I'm like, oh, great, good for you, or vice versa.
All right, guys. Until then, we will see you later.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.